Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. So my channel, Midwest Money Mindset, is all about my personal journey through debt, savings, and budgeting. So today I wanted to share with you guys my November debt payoff update, which if you haven't caught my previous video from a couple of times ago, mid-November, I did hit a big milestone. So now I'm getting into the details of like numbers and stuff of my debt payoff for November. So without any further ado, we will jump over into my spreadsheet, which again, I try to mention this as often as possible. I got from Lauren Miller from her Etsy. It's super cute. You can catch her using the same spreadsheet that she created that I bought from her and used. So anyway, I always link her below these videos so that if anybody wants the spreadsheet, you can go get it from her. With that, you guys can see my whole year of debt payoff here, and we will start with going over my payments in November and how I managed to pay off my whole Jeep loan. So, in November, I did not plan to pay off my Jeep at all, but unfortunately, put my car in the shop finally, which I've mentioned in so many videos, at least for the budgeting ones, that I needed to put my car in the shop and see what was wrong with it. For reference, I have a Jeep Wrangler and a Subaru Impreza because my Jeep gets terrible gas mileage and I live an hour away from work. So anytime I have to drive to the office, I've got to have something that's more gas friendly. But I love my Jeep and I bought it as a second vehicle. I never wanted it to be my main vehicle. I mean, that's just how it is for me. So anyway, yeah, I put my car in the shop, which is the Subaru, and found out that it is not worth it to me to fix. Like, to pay someone else to do labor to fix it is just not worth what it needs. But for someone who could do the labor themselves, it would be worth it because it's still in really great shape, other than the big issue, which is a thing with oil, which I do know the nitty-gritty details of the issue with my car, but that's not relevant to debt payoff. What is relevant is that I no longer have a car because I've got to sell that. And so it became evident that in December, January, sometime in that time frame, I'm going to have to buy a car that will get me back and forth to work, because after 2 years of working from home, my office has decided to go to a hybrid schedule. So I will have to drive to work 2 days a week starting late January. So with that, I knew that I needed to start saving for a down payment on a car, because the last car, the Subaru that I bought it in cash, and I just cannot do that again because anything you buy in cash right now is going to be less than, $5K, and because I'm not going to have enough cash to buy a 10K car in cash, and I just know that I'm going to get screwed over with another car that, has issues. I want to get something a little newer, not brand new, but yeah, anyway. So I decided I've got to balls to the wall, just get this Jeep loan paid off because I had I had 2,000 starting November. So with that, I knew that I could make my minimum payment, which I did. I knew that I could make my normal extra payment, which is $500 and $150 from my student loan budget, because student loans aren't due yet. Then after that, I also received $599 from Diet Bet winnings. So I put that on my Jeep loan, which ended up being only $512 of that because I had donated $85-ish to Riley Children's Hospital as part of my fundraiser in October. From October, that was in November that I made the donation. So anyway, yeah, so I put $512 towards my Jeep loan from Diet Bet winnings, and then $225 came from my cashback savings. So I saved my Discover and Amazon Prime credit card cashback all year long, and I was going to use that for Christmas, but decided it would be better served to pay off my Jeep with that. So I put $225 from those savings towards my Jeep, and then the final payment, $248.58, was from savings, just straight up from my sinking funds. So I had savings that I'd saved up to use to fix my car, and since those savings are no longer going to be used to fix my car, I decided to dip into that to pay off the Jeep, and the rest of it will go towards the down payment for whatever car I do buy. So yeah, those were all the payments towards my Jeep loan in November, and that totaled out to about $2,080. And I only still owed $2,076 when I started November, so I was able to pay it completely off. And starting in December, I finally see my first zero green box. on the spreadsheet. So that was very exciting. With that, I was able to pay off, like I said, the whole loan, which left only $4 going to interest for November, which is phenomenal. And now the entirety of my loan debt as of right now is going to be just student loans. Now, with that, I did want to go over a couple of numbers with the Jeep loan just because it's like, where else am I going to put it? This makes sense. So I wanted to mention that in total, now that I've paid it off, I made 65 separate payments in a span of less than 3 years, somewhere in like the two years, 9 months mark, I think is how long I've been paying it off. But I did buy it in January. I just didn't start paying on it till later. So January of 2019 to now, I've made 65 payments, and they totaled out to be $27,000. So $27,629.25 was the total amount I've paid for my Jeep, which the sticker price, that I bought it for at the lot was $18,000. So I obviously paid a lot more than $18,000 for this Jeep, but part of that was the warranty, which I did use my entire warranty. I got like $2,600 worth of work done on the Jeep through the warranty, which only costs around $2,200, I think. So I got my money back on the warranty just from the work that got done. And then they sent me a letter saying that if there was any gap insurance left, that they would send me a refund for it. So I don't know if I'll get that, but anyway, that's the deal with my Jeep loan. It is donezo. And then there's only 2 other things I really want to talk about. One thing is that, like I said, I am going to have to get a car loan. So you will see another auto loan on that payoff tracker, whether that starts in January or sometime in the spring. I don't know. It just depends when I find something, because I'm really going to try to be picky. But I have a list of things I want. So I know I want it to be under $10,000, and I want to put a down payment of $3,000 towards it, which I think is very doable. Now that I'm not paying like a ton of money every month on my Jeep, I'm going to save that money towards the down payment. So within a couple months, I should be able to get to $3,000 saved for the down payment. I want to keep my monthly payment under $250, which I think is extremely doable with like a 3-year loan under $10,000. And I don't think it'll take me 3 years to pay off this loan, this hypothetical $7,000 loan, but I want it to be under $250 so that, it's easier to pay if there was any time that I can't pay extra, So then just some basics. I do want high gas mileage. Like I need that because I live far from everything, and I already have a gas guzzler, so I don't need another gas guzzler. I would like 4-door or hatchback because I want the utility of the hatchback vibe. And then I can't do a hybrid, so that makes it harder to find a good gas mileage car that's not like too used. So yeah, and then I would like less than 100,000 miles, and I just want it to be a car with a reliable reputation. Like I don't want to go out and buy a Mitsubishi Mirage or whatever it is, or Nissan Mirage, whatever that is. I'm not buying a 3 cylinders, like not gonna happen. The world is just not made for 3 cylinders, especially not out where I live. So anyway, those are kind of the things I'm looking for in a car. So I will keep you guys updated. If I do get a car loan out, you'll see it in the debt payoff update, and it'll be a bummer, but it'll be less than the Jeep. I'm thinking a lot more about this. I have the experience of having bought a car overpriced before, like with a loan. So I'm hoping that going into any future purchase, I will be more responsible and get something that's really good. And then the other thing I want to mention quickly is that my debt payoff journey for 2022, like now that I've paid my Jeep off, I had all these grand ideas of paying my student loans off just as fast. And after a full year of just grinding to get this Jeep loan paid down, I don't know if I have it in me to do the same thing next year, especially if I have to get another auto loan. So realistically, my goal for next year is probably to hit somewhere in the paying off one of the student loans or paying around $3,000 off, in addition to making sure that I'm paying down my future hypothetical car loan. So yeah, I don't have a solid plan for debt payoff in 2022 yet, but I did want to bring it up and mention, I am thinking about it right now because we're heading into December and it's important to have a plan in place. So yeah, that is about it for my debt payoff update from November. I guess I'll mention like the actual number left over is $9,600 for student loans, but that will change with a new car loan. And you could already see that I've now paid off over 50% of what was left when I started tracking with the spreadsheet. So next year I'll roll over and I'll still be at 50%, but since I'm going to add some more debt, it's going to change a little bit, and that'll be kind of sucky. But life is a journey, and so is debt payoff. So I am doing my best, and I'll keep you guys updated. So thanks again for watching, and have a great morning, noon, or night, whatever it is for you.